When Mia first stepped into the gym that cold winter morning, she had no idea her life was about to change forever. She was quiet, the kind of girl who always stayed in the background, headphones in, minding her own business. The regulars, barely noticed her, just another face, trying to get stronger, trying to fit in. But there was a group who always laughed a little too loud, lifted a little too heavy, and thought they ran the place. They saw Mia as an easy target. She was new, she didn't talk much, and worst of all, she was different. So when they saw her sitting by the edge of the ice bath, tying her shoelaces after a tough workout, they couldn't resist. One push, that's all it took. In seconds, Mia was gasping for breath, shock freezing her skin as the freezing water swallowed her whole. Their laughter echoed through the gym, bouncing off the dumbbells and rubber mats. It was just a joke to them, just harmless fun. But when Mia climbed out, shivering and dripping, something in her eyes made them stop laughing. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She just stared right back at them, like the ice hadn't chilled her bones but sharpened her focus. From that day, Mia came in earlier, stayed later, trained harder. Every drop of sweat on the gym floor was a silent promise that they would remember her name. Weeks passed, whispers started. The same people who mocked her began to watch her lift more, run faster, push herself beyond anything they thought she could do. And then, one evening, with the whole gym watching, Mia stepped up to the barbell and did something that would silence every laugh forever, long before she ever touched a barbell. Mia knew what it felt like to be underestimated. At school, she was the quiet kid in the back row, the one people forgot to invite, the one who always seemed too shy to fight back. But inside, Mia carried a spark no one could see. Not her teachers, not her classmates, not even her parents, who always told her to just blend in and stay safe. The gym had become her escape. It was the only place where she felt she could shape herself into something stronger. At first, she hid in the corner with the lighter weights, watching videos on her phone, copying others when they weren't looking. She studied every move, every rep, every technique. It was slow at first, tiny gains, sore muscles, nights spent icing her bruises alone in her small apartment. But day by day, she got better. She grew stronger, not just in her arms and legs, but in her mind. Those who pushed her into the ice bath didn't know any of this. To them, Mia was just a ghost in the gym. They didn't see her slipping in at dawn before they even woke up, or staying past closing time when the lights went out and the janitor gave her a tired nod on his way out. They didn't see her calloused hands or the notebook she kept in her locker, full of numbers, goals, and quiet dreams. So when she stood in front of the barbell that night, chalk on her palms, her heart pounding, everyone could feel something was different. The same group who once mocked her now leaned in closer, pretending not to care but unable to look away. What was she about to do?
Ice.
And why did it feel like the entire gym was about to witness something they'd never forget? As Mia tightened her grip on the barbell, memories of that freezing moment in the ice bath flashed through her mind. It wasn't just about lifting heavy weights anymore. It was about showing everyone who she really was. But while the gym watched, not everyone was cheering for her. In the back, Jake, the biggest of the group who had shoved her, crossed his arms and smirked. He didn't believe for a second that Mia could do anything special. To him, this was just another chance to watch her fail and remind everyone who really ruled this place. Jake had always been the loudest voice in the gym, the one people feared crossing. He lifted more than anyone, joked around with the trainers, and treated the place like his own kingdom. When Mia started to get noticed, he felt it. People who used to crowd around him now glanced over at her. Whispers about her discipline and her crazy early workouts started to spread. He hated it, but Mia wasn't alone in her quiet fight. There was also Mark, an older lifter who'd been coming to this gym for years. He'd seen too many people like Jake, all show, no respect. Mark started giving Mia tips when no one was watching. He slipped her advice on deadlifts, form, recovery. He knew what she was capable of, but he also knew what it meant to stand up to someone like Jake. As Mia positioned herself over the bar, Mark caught her eye from across the floor. He didn't say anything, just gave a tiny nod. The air was thick with whispers and the clank of other weights falling silent. Even the trainers were pretending to tidy up just to get a better view. No one knew exactly how much weight Mia had. Loaded. But everyone could sense this wasn't just another lift. It was a challenge, a message, and maybe the start of something that would flip the whole gym upside down. The metal barbell felt cold under Mia's palms, but this time she welcomed the chill. It reminded her of that ice bath, the sting, the shock, the laughter. She could still hear it echoing in her head. But now, that memory fueled her. Around her, the gym had gone quiet. Even the usual pounding bass music seemed to fade, replaced by the sound of her own heartbeat drumming in her ears. Jake shifted his weight. Arms still folded, a mocking grin stuck on his face. He nudged one of his friends, whispering something that made them chuckle. They didn't think she could pull this off. They wanted her to fail, to drop the weight, to prove that she'd always be the shy girl who should have stayed invisible. Mark stepped a little closer, just within her line of sight. He didn't shout words of encouragement. He knew she didn't need them. She needed space to prove it to herself. Mia locked her eyes on her reflection in the mirror behind the bar. She barely recognized the person staring back, the trembling. Arms were gone, replaced by muscle and quiet fire. A few other gym members pulled out their phones, pretending to check messages but really recording. They all knew something was about to happen. Some were rooting for her. Some were hoping to catch the moment she failed. But no one was ready for what was really coming. Mia inhaled, filling her lungs, feeling the ground solid under her feet. Every early morning, every bruise, every whispered laugh, it all led here. She tightened her core, dug her heels in, and pulled. The plates rattled, the bar bent slightly. The whole gym seemed to hold its breath. Jake's grin faded just a bit as the weight started to rise. But Mia wasn't looking at him anymore. She was locked in, every muscle screaming, the air electric. And in that moment, nobody could tell if she would stand tall or be crushed under the weight of everyone's doubt as the barbell crept higher. Every muscle in Mia's body burned, but she refused to let go. The plates clinked together, trembling like they might slip at any second. A hush fell over the entire gym. Even the treadmills and weight machines were abandoned as everyone turned to watch. It wasn't just about the lift anymore. It was about whether someone like Mia could really stand up to someone like Jake. But then, just as the bar passed her knees, something unexpected happened. Jake stepped forward, pretending to help clear the area, but instead moved too close, his foot nudging the plates on one side just enough to throw Mia off balance. The bar wobbled dangerously in her grip. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Mark lunged forward, ready to steady her, but Mia didn't look at him. She steadied her footing, teeth clenched so tight her jaw ached. Jake gave her a smug shrug, acting innocent. A few people exchanged uneasy glances. They saw what he did, but no one dared call him out loud yet. Mia's eyes locked onto his for a split second, fire meeting cold arrogance. She adjusted her grip, shoulders trembling, legs shaking under the weight that now felt twice as heavy. But instead of dropping it, she pulled harder. The second twist no one saw coming wasn't just Jake's dirty move. It was the gym manager, Carla, stepping in from the office she rarely left. She'd heard the commotion, saw the crowd, and now she was watching Mia fight for every inch. Carla knew the gym's reputation was at stake. Rumors had already been spreading online about how some regulars treated new members. If Mia failed now, or if Jake's sabotage went unchecked, the whole place could fall apart. Mia's arms quivered, the bar hovering mid-lift. Carla's eyes flicked from Mia to Jake, then back. For the first time, Jake looked nervous. He hadn't expected anyone to notice or to care. The silence grew heavier than the steel in Mia's hands. Everyone waited, breaths held, wondering if she could still finish what she started, or if this twist would break her once and for all, with Carla's sudden presence. The tension in the gym snapped tight like a cable about to break. Grip trembled as she fought to steady the barbell, the weight dipping dangerously to one side. Her breath came in short, sharp bursts, every muscle fiber screaming for relief. But behind the strain in her eyes, there was something unshakable. A promise to herself that she wouldn't give Jake the satisfaction of seeing her drop it. Jake shifted his stance, trying to look casual, but his foot twitched. Carla stepped closer, arms crossed, her sharp gaze pinning him in place. Everyone could feel that something bigger than a single lift was happening now. The regulars who used to laugh at Mia glanced at each other, some of them quietly putting their phones away. Realizing they were witnessing more than just a gym moment, this was about respect, fairness, and who really ran this place. But just when it seemed Mia would pull through by sheer force of will, another twist.